is up, guys? Welcome to the video. It's Shay, and thanks so much for tuning in where we talk about beauty, nursing, and lifestyle. Your girl's been going for a minute, y'all. Y'all wasn't worried about them nursing videos. Y'all wasn't worried about them lifestyle videos. Y'all was worried about the beauty. Y'all said, where is the fragrance video for 2025? And I said, okay, let me get to work. Let me get to work. So I have a good video for you guys today. We're gonna do a calendar method. What do I mean by a calendar method? You guys know, as a Virgo, I'm always trying to look how to organize and how to make these videos different. So we're gonna go through the calendar of my buys for 2025. In that, we're going to talk a little bit about how transformational and, you know, how I've evolved into different fragrances and how I'm still trying to find my signature set. We'll talk about where I shopped. We'll talk about my favorite. And we'll also get into what I actually emptied. As my overconsumption self, I have emptied a perfume, y'all. I'm excited to share it with y'all. Grab a snack, grab a pen, get on your favorites list for Sephora, Boscov's, Macy's, Ulta. You know, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, so let's start off with January. January's calendar is empty because I was so, I think, getting out of Christmas, you know, figuring out what I wanted to do for the new year. I just wanted to take it easy. So January, the beginning of the year, I'll be honest with y'all, was very, very lax. And we get right into February talking about that. So February was only one purchase, guys, and this was a TikTok purchase. I say TikTok, but I think it was an Amazon purchase. I purchased Lattafa Eclair. If you guys are wondering about this fragrance, it's supposed to be inspired by, I don't know, Bianco Latte, which is very expensive. I wasn't paying for it. I wanted to see what it smelled like, so that's why I bought her. Again, I'm not going to elaborate too much on these ones, guys, but I'll definitely give you the tea on, you know, how they've been working for me. So we cruise right into March, and March's calendar is here. And again, still starting off a little dry, y'all. I only purchased one, and this was the one from TikTok shop. It was pink blush. You will understand why I purchased pink blush later in the video, but let's just say she is still in rotation. Okay. April, I said, let's pick it up a bit. Let's buy what was on your to buy list from 2024, but also let's experiment a little bit. So you guys see on here, I have Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, I still am I'm not as overwhelmed by it as I thought I would be. You guys know from my favorites last year and some of the like scents or the notes I was going for, this one has them, but I wasn't getting it from the travel size. Maybe I gotta try it a little bit more in 2026. We'll see. I also purchased Valentino Donna Born in Roma Green Extravaganza in a travel. Why do we say it like that? Extravaganza. Took me out. Okay, but I purchased that in a travel. I think in this month I was getting ready to go on a cruise. So I said, let me get a little scent profile for the trip. So I purchased that as well. And last but not least, from Brown Sugar Babe, which I'm trying to dabble in a little bit more, I purchased Rich Auntie, which is a perfume oil that's inspired by Delina exclusive, I think. I have heard from a lot of people that this scent smells like me. So I wanted to know what everybody was talking about. Heavy hitter on rose. I'll be honest with y'all, this perfume oil, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't go to your work establishment, especially if you work healthcare like me, and try to wear this. She takes just a little bit, y'all, and she is filling the room. So if you're not a girl who likes rose, if you're a girl who likes rose, I do enjoy a good rose. I just have to make sure I wear this in the right setting. Okay, y'all, May was an exciting month. May was an exciting month. I might have to look down at my notes right here. So May, we had a bomb sale from Kayali, y'all. I can't even remember what the sale was. All I know is I got two 1.7 ounce fragrances for only $100 and some tax. And I hope they do that again, because that's when I was like, let me get these two, you know, in checked. Young Bougie Marshmallow by Kayali. I had a sample from November of last year. I emptied it and I said, let me purchase the 1.7 bottle. I also purchased Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, which is another one that I really enjoy. But I'll be honest with y'all too about this one. If you work in an office, healthcare, this one, this one could be overpowerful. She takes the room, but I think it can be a little offensive to some people. So I will tell you with this one, she's a special occasions and out on the town, but I don't wear her as often. I would love to, but she puts her mark on you. I don't know why I said heavy hitter May, y'all. I was going half the month of May and only had 2 fragrances on the calendar. But for June, we continued with this Delina search, y'all. I said, okay, I got an oil. Let me see how a perfume works. A dupe, of course, because she's expensive. I'm bougie on a budget. And I just don't want to make I'll buy the bottle, but I don't think I wanted to make the commitment until I knew I really liked this perfume. So this here, I gotta look down at my notes to pronounce it, y'all. Armaf Club de Nuit Imperial, and that's probably still wrong, but I bought her. She didn't get worn too much, but she smells pretty good. I think she's another one in those like Arabian categories, but I do want to play with her a little bit more in 2026. All right, y'all, we got into, what is this now? What are we on? July. So July, as you guys can see, we committed to a full bottle of Valentino Donna Born and Roma Green Extravaganza. I only got a 1 ounce. I didn't even know they made a 1 ounce bottle, but we'll see if I empty her next year. She's more of a summer fragrance, so I haven't really caught up with her in a while, but we'll see once, you know, April, May, June comes back around for the next year. I also did another TikTok purchase. If you guys are frag heads like me, fragrance heads, I don't know if you follow Princess Perfume or Perfume Princess on TikTok. My girl gets the tea in, y'all. She will tell y'all about the combos. She does niche perfume. She does originals, you know. I love watching her on TikTok. I could sit there and scroll for hours. So she talked about this fragrance called The Kingdom. I heard from her sexy. I heard smooth. I was like, yeah, I need that. I went ahead and purchased it. Now, this one I have some funny commentary for you guys. When I first smelled this perfume, I said, dang, I'm getting oud, I'm getting musk. Where is the vanilla at? Where is the smooth, creamy, sexy, velvety that I was told? And then I said, dang, this is probably what everybody be talking about when they say these are my smells for my body chemistry. It smelled good on me, y'all, once I let it sit. But I felt a little weird because it also smells attractive to me. Like, I feel like Kingdom would smell really good on a guy that I would be attracted to. I know it sounds weird. So I think I will wear it, and I'm looking forward to getting more into it in 2026. It was so bad, y'all, that I almost thought about gifting it to somebody because it just smells so... Ooh, I would say it's unisex. I will see how I feel in 2026. She is sexy, she is sultry, but it's definitely giving me like a guy that I will walk up to in the club and be like, what you got on? What you got on? I don't even go to the club, y'all. What am I talking about? But it's a very attractive smell. August was Virgo season, so we had to tap into She Was Here. She Was Here, Forever Mood, Jackie Aina. I did get a travel size. She's another rose heavy, but she has a little bit more of a toned down rose compared to some of the other ones I talked about. She's another one I have to explore a little bit more in the new year to see if she's full bottle worthy for me. I still definitely want to support my girl Jackie Aina, like Black creator, get into it. But I'm looking for my scent for her. I'm struggling a little bit, y'all, because my Sephora is a Kohl's Sephora. As y'all know, Kohl's Sephoras do not have everything. They don't have her line at all in there. So I have to travel to like a Sephora close by, about 40-50 minutes away, just to really dabble a little bit into her scents, smell what I smell, feel out which one I would like. She has so many. So I want to make sure when I buy a bottle, it's something that I'm going to be wearing too. Alright, y'all, in September, for some reason, I decided I wanted to get into this oud. I was a little obsessed with trying to figure out what MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold smelled like. So what did? I bought a dupe. Now, I don't know if this one is a dupe for the gold or the silver. Y'all can tell me. But I did enjoy it. It's by Oksha. It's probably my second fragrance from Oksha, and the name is Kalan. Or Kalon. I don't know if I'm saying it right. This one, I could spray a little bit on to go to work. Definitely would spray on to go to like a sophisticated like meeting, things of that sort. I also have a little oil I mix this with too, which we'll talk a little bit at the end of the video. She's another one I'm looking forward to getting acquainted with in 2026 to see really how she's doing. But it's another one that's also taught me like what everybody around me is telling me. Musk smells good on me. As much as I don't want to like accept it, it does. Alright, y'all. October, November, December, heavy hitters by the calendar. It's a reason that it was a heavy hitter month, y'all, because I've been on a little bit of a budget. We'll probably talk a little bit about that soon, from like June to September. So October, I think I just let loose. I said I can buy what I need to buy. So let me look down at my notes. I have 3 things on the rotation. Ultra Viral Vanilla Perfume Oil. Already own the spray. Looking for the perfume oil to elevate the cause. You get a roller ball, my little country accent came out, a roller ball or a dabber that you can like draw up the oil and put on your wrist. In this, it was a very unique bottle, so I said let me get this because it's also, you know, fall and I'm trying to, you know, get back into that gourmand feeling. I mix this one a lot with Billie Eilish and the regular Viral Vanilla Spray. That was like my signature scent, probably from like October to like the middle of November before Thanksgiving. And she smelled good. She was very much giving like, you smell good, Shay. You smell like shea butter. You smell like bakery. Just like I told y'all about the Lattafa Eclair in the beginning of the year. I didn't do too bad, y'all. So here we go again. Searching for the Delina dupes. I'm in the Sis You Smell Good group on Facebook. And the owner of the group talked about this combo. And she talked about this oil from Uncovered Beauty that smells very close, in her opinion, to Delina compared to a lot of the others. So I did purchase it. I've not got to use it as much. I just think I haven't had the occasion yet, but the oil smells good and I'm looking forward. Another one looking forward to, I need to make a list, looking forward to in 2026. Okay, and then the last thing I bought, y'all, was the Rabanne Million Gold. I should know the name of this. I bought the mini set of this. I bought actually 2 minis, y'all. I have one of them in front of me now, but I'm really trying to figure out how I feel about your girl. Million Gold for Her by Rabanne. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I feel about her, so I did not only get 1, I got 2. All right, y'all, November is a funny story, and we're getting to the end, y'all. We only been here for what, 10 minutes, but we're getting to the end. So November, I walked into Sephora and I said, I want a new perfume. I left with a new perfume, Kayali Juicy Eden Apple, but I also left with a scent on my coat that I could not figure out what it was, and I was obsessed. So when I was in the store, the Kayali Freedom line came out, and I was looking forward to trying it. I told you guys I was in the Sis You Smell Good group on Facebook. She ended up, you know, doing some things with Kayali. I was interested. I wanted to see how this smelled. So I sprayed a little bit on me, and I sprayed a little bit on a paper. I also, me and Valentina Donna Born and Roma Extra Dose have been in this war all year. When it came out, I sprayed it at Macy's. I didn't like it. I sprayed it in the middle of the year sometimes, and I said, ooh, it's good. And then I said, let me try it again. Long story short, y'all, I got home. My coat smelled so good. I could not figure out what it was. The 2 papers were mixed up. I couldn't figure out if it was the Freedom Musk or the Donna Born and Roma Extra Dose. So I said, you know what, let's sample it. So I bought a Freedom Musk Mini Kayali, and I bought a Valentino Donna Born and Roma. It actually came in a 4 set with the Ray-Ban out of Macy's, and then like this Joe Malone that I didn't really like, and a YSL perfume that I already had. And I said, let's figure it out. I still can't figure it out, y'all. But I do have the Freedom Musk, the Freedom Silk Musk, the Freedom Musk Suntel. I do actually have it on today, and I'm trying it to kind of get a feel. It's one of those ones you have to let it lay down so you can figure it out, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So I'll keep you guys updated on that one. I also finally committed to buying the Marc Jacobs Perfect Intense bottle. When I tell y'all, I went through like 3 travel sprays of this already and said, girl, you need to just buy you a bottle. Me and my friend were just talking about this yesterday. She's also a frag head as well. And we both were saying the name for the Marc Jacobs Perfect line is literally perfect. It should be called Perfect. It's a fragrance everybody loves. She's universal. They have so many different flankers. It's a really good line. I actually also have the Eat a Perfume as well. And it's a good line. It's a good line. I look forward to wearing it every year. Alright, y'all, we're finally on December, and December is going to be a great month for us to go through because it's going to help us kind of elate into the top 5 and elate into what I emptied. So I ended up purchasing Dossier Better Days, and Of the Hour. I had to look down to make sure I ain't mess up my girl's perfumes. Okay, y'all? Aaliyah Face, period. These smell good. I wore Better Days to work. She's very fresh, citrusy, eye-opening. It's like having a cup of coffee in the morning. It's good. And then Of the Hour is actually on my list to wear for New Year's Eve. I know, y'all, I'm going out. So we're going to see how it wears, and we're going to see what the people say. But I think she's very good. She has a couple notes in there. I was surprised that I was buying it, because I don't know how they fit with me personally, but I was going to support your girl. And I also, Aaliyah Face, she smells good. You can tell. So I said, let me try this out and see if maybe this is a hidden gem like the musk is. The other two things that I'm actually waiting to come in the mail, one of them is the Fleur Vanilla Skin, and the other is a 3.4 ounce bottle of Yum Bougie Marshmallow from Kayali, y'all. So let's kind of transition the conversation so I can tell y'all. First of all, if y'all want to know what I emptied, it was her. It was her. The whole 1.7 ounce bottle from May, y'all, is now emptied. Is it because I sprayed so much? Is it because it smells so good on me? I don't know, y'all. But listen to the words of this perfume. Yum Bougie Marshmallow. You might as well say Le Shay. It's all me. Yum, definitely. Bougie, a little bourgeois. Y'all know I'm bougie on a budget. Marshmallow, soft, feminine, effortless, unoffensive. Everyone loves it. Fills the room, but everybody can still enjoy it. The reason she was emptied also is because, remember how I told y'all Vanilla Candy Raw Sugar, I couldn't wear it to work because it was too strong? This one, I could get away with wearing it at work because she's so effortless. She's so unoffensive. You pair her with a good lotion. Sometimes I do EOS Strawberry Dream. Sometimes I do EOS No Fragrance because I want her to shine. I talked to you guys about Pink Blush, who is a close dupe, but this cannot be duplicated, y'all. I told y'all I bought oils this year. I bought a Yum Bougie Marshmallow oil, and I pair it together. I'm very excited to see what our journey is together, okay? Will I say she's my signature scent? Not quite yet, but I will say she really feeds off who I am, and I'm enjoying it. Some people feel like this one's a little playful. She can be, but she also just brings it back in and lets you know that even though I'm playful, I'm that girl and I smell good. So this is an Empties. This is on the top 5 list. This is the repurchase. This is on the calendar twice. Okay, y'all, and the other 4 honorable mentions on the favorite list for 2025. This one was unexpected. Another Kayali, Eden Juicy Apple. Bought her in November, like I told y'all. Look at the bottle. Some people will say these bottles are empty because you're not getting a lot of longevity. I'm telling y'all, this one, I feel like it's the strongest Kayali scent I've ever had. She lasts a while. And I think it's because she has a little musk in the bottom, which you can't really tell because it's so juicy. I also think, too, pairing it with, like I said, the lotions, the oils really gives it. I was not going to buy this, y'all. I just smelt it on everybody. I didn't use everybody's. Shout out to my sister. And I said, yeah, I'm going to get her. This was supposed to be Love Fest Burning Cherry when I walked into the store. But I smelled her and I said, this is still not resonating with me. But this resonated with me real well. I think she's going to be an empty in 2026, but I'm enjoying her. All right, y'all. I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer with the next 3. Y'all heard me talk about Eclair already. Even though I gave up on her at the beginning of the year, I think I just got tired of her. She's a favorite. She ran the show from the time I bought her until the season changed. She will be going into the new year. She's very good. She's very good. This one is funny for me to put in the favorites because I only have minis and I have not committed to a big bottle, and I've made it a pact that I will not buy a bottle until I empty these minis. The Rabanne Million Gold for her that I could not think of the name is. If you want to make sure you make a statement like I'm that money, I think she's the one. She reminds me a little bit of the Alien Mugler that came in the gold bottle. There's a creamy, like, coconut type vibe, but it's also like a good base that makes it smell expensive. So yeah, she made top 5. Last but not least, y'all, is another year for her. Oriental Cherry by Dossier, y'all. So this bottle, as y'all can see, she gonna empty next year. She gonna empty. But she's always the star of the show. She's always not offensive. She's always smelling good. She's a dupe for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. which I do not own, would like to own, but I think we're gonna rock with each other a little bit longer. When I empty this, there's an ambery cherry out now by Dossier that I might repurchase. Or if I'm trying to be a little bourgeois, as I said before, maybe I'll get the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. One thing that has elevated this fragrance so much for me, she's a heavy hitter on her own, I bought oil. So let's just do an honorable mention to exotic fragrances in New York. If you guys watch Leah Levon on here, who I love, that's one of my favorite channels. She talked about it on her New York trip. They have a website. I'm close to New York. I went on the website because I didn't know when I was going yet, and I ordered a couple fragrances. I got Yum Bougie Marshmallow, I got a Gentle Fluidity, I got the Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, and I got an Oil and Valaya by Delina. So that gave me a chance to try some stuff that I hadn't had, but it also gave me a chance to elevate what I already have. So when you, it's beast mode when you put that oil with this, y'all, they gonna think you got on that Tom Ford, okay? And I ain't mad at it. So yeah, all right, y'all, so we went through 2025. I shared my calendar. You guys know what I was feeling for the year. You knew my favorites. And 2026, what I'm planning to do is, I keep saying this every year, but shop my collection, y'all. Collection's getting crazy. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been touched in a while. I think I need to use what I have before I get more. So that's what I'm striving for in the new year. But I'm also looking forward to, you know, just continuing to learn what I love, what elevates me, what makes me feel like I smell like that girl, because I am that girl. I need to smell like that girl, and I love being that girl. I know that's cliche to say, but whatever, y'all. Yum Bougie. I told y'all. I already told y'all what it was. Anywho, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked what you see, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. I'm hoping this year, y'all, we'll be able to get back to our good old YouTube vibes, but we have to see what is in store for the year. Nevertheless, make sure you send a comment down below. If you stayed to the end of the video, drop a little blowing emoji. You guys know, like the wind. Put that, as I said, like we're getting into the musk, the transformational. Drop that so I know you stayed to the end. But I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for tuning in.